Okay, am I live? No. No. There we go. Wow. Okay. I think I'm live. Hi guys. Oh my God. I don't know why I've been so nervous about filming this video. I've literally been putting it off for days. And I don't know why I've been like so nervous to kind of share this or, kind of talk about this journey that I'm on right now. And I'm really excited to share with you that I've really found a lot of clarity in the past few weeks of oh yeah, by the way, I have a towel in my head because I was literally just in the shower and I was going to put this video off again. And I'm like, you know what? No, you got to get out there right now. You got to do the video. You got to put yourself out there because you're not going to be in any different of a position, with yourself or your business if you don't put yourself out there like consistently all the time. So this is part of that. This is part of a challenge to go live 365 days in a row. I don't know about that, but we'll see. So let's see how I do on that one. But yeah, I'm really excited to be here today because I've found a lot of clarity in how I want to show up in the world and what I want to offer to impact others' lives. And that is through the power of digital marketing strategy and coaching. So if you know me well, this is probably not any surprise to you because I've been like a social media maven for years. Like I've done social media for myself and other businesses and festivals and, have also helped out a lot with chatbot campaigns. And there's a lot of different things that if you know me, it's like I'm on social media all the time. And I've definitely learned a lot of tips or tricks along the way. So like 2 years ago, I really got into kind of the online marketing space. And my whole thing was I wanted to learn how I could leverage my time and take strategies that, I could automate certain things, certain tasks and processes in a business, certain tasks and processes in a business. And I wanted to learn how to automate those and then really just leverage my time. There's a lot of things that, you don't actually have to do all the time manually. So that's a lot of the strategies that I'm going to be sharing. I don't want to go too far into that yet because this video is actually sort of why I'm here doing this and the reason behind me wanting to even kind of go in this direction. So, yeah, I've always been really close with my family on the East Coast. So if you know me, I live in LA. I've lived in Los Angeles for about 5 years now, and I've always been really close with my family on the East Coast. My mom and dad always worked super hard to make sure that I had what I needed. And, finances were tight sometimes. I didn't always have what I wanted, but I always had what I needed. And they, our vacations were like camping trips. Like my dad would take us camping and teach us how to rock climb and fish and kayak and everything. And through doing that, he really raised me to be very resourceful and to really kind of be fond of taking things apart and strategizing and fixing things. And a lot of my love for strategy grew through, those memories. And my mom, she has always had a very just like an innate desire to help every person that she encounters, which is like the sweetest thing ever. Sometimes gets her into a little bit of trouble because, like myself, and I'm sure you can resonate with this as well. Sometimes you bite off more than you can chew. But yeah, but my parents always told me to go after what I wanted and to never really settle. And that really prompted me to eventually leave the East Coast and I moved to California. And moving cross country to California was definitely like to chase my like ever shifting dreams. I had a lot of different things. Like I could see my life, a lot of different ways I could see my life panning out, but I wasn't really sure exactly, where I wanted to go with it. So I was really excited about the move, but I was also kind of like a little unsure because I was running a photography business, a successful photography business. I was getting booked, a year in advance sometimes. And my dad was also, he's the one that kind of inspired me into photography because he does photography a lot as well. And he's always wanted to his dream has always been to be like a full-time photographer for National Geographic and stuff. So I did more wedding photography and everything, but I was kind of like, oh man, like I feel like maybe he's like disappointed that I'm not continuing this. And like I know that he's always proud of me, but like I had that kind of going on and I'm like, you know what? Like I couldn't really hack the commitment of needing to know where I was going to be like a year in advance on a certain day at a certain time. I'm like, you know what? I want more freedom than that for myself, for my family, for my future family. And yeah, I want a business that I can, operate from anywhere. So I didn't really know what that was going to look like. And I was in, California. I was looking for work. And well, actually, I had a job lined up, and I had to start looking for work again because one day I get a phone call and they're like, "Hey, Christina, I'm sorry, like this job's falling through." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I kind of started freaking out a little bit. I had the whole like my heart fell to my stomach. If you know what I'm talking about, just comment, let me know. But it was not fun because my bank account was like literally almost like nothing. So I'm like, oh my God, I need to figure something out immediately. And I don't really know what I'm going to do. What I ended up doing is I ended up starting an online business editing wedding photographers' photos. Because as a wedding photographer, I knew that one of my struggles was turning around photo edits quickly. So I was like, okay, it's possible now because of this new update on the software to be able to do this. Before, you'd have to send like hard drives back and forth and stuff. And I'm like, all right, it's possible now to do this. So I'm going to start a wedding photography photo editing company and operate that online. And that ran successfully for about a year. And I had, a few major clients. And then eventually I had one major client that kind of came out, and I didn't really have a lot going with that at that point, and I could have continued it, but I was just kind of also like, I want to try something new. So I'm still living in California at this point. I'm, working like freelance jobs, event production gigs, like marketing stuff, freelance in the admin space. Sometimes it's remote, sometimes it's not. And I'm living in California, and I'm flying home like 2 times a year. If you've ever lived away from home for an extended period of time, comment below, let me know if this resonates with you. But I just felt really guilty a lot of the time. I felt so guilty because I'm like in here in California, like just like loving life and really trying to just crush it at my dreams and just become the person that I really want to be. But then I'm also having my family on the East Coast, where I'm like, oh man, like, I've got work over here right now. I was like working a regular job, and I couldn't just leave, for weeks or months at a time. And it's like, that's what I really wanted to do. I really wanted to be able to, go home and spend like weeks or months at a time there. And I wanted to be able to work from there as well. So, every time I went home, it was kind of hard. I would see my parents, and like, they look great. They look great for their age. Don't get me wrong. But every time I got home, my dad would be like a little bit grayer, my mom, she's like still looks great. Mom, you look great. I love you. But yeah, I started really thinking, what is life going to be like in, oh man, how does my hair look? Sorry. Yeah, the vanity is kicking in. But yeah, that's why I'm just forcing myself to do this video, like no makeup. I'm like, all right, I have to be here. I have to do this. I have to get this out to you guys, and just kind of, this is very from the heart, like genuine. And yeah, it's hard for me to share this. So I started thinking, every time I'm home, like my parents are a little bit grayer, when I'm leaving, my mom's hugging me and she like doesn't want to let me go. And like my sister and I are bawling, and I'm just like, wow, like I really want to live my life on my own terms, but I also don't want that to like separate me from my family, sorry, getting a little choked up about that. And I started thinking about, what is life going to be like for my parents in like 10 or 15 years? Like, are they going to be relying on state benefits? Like my dad has some savings right now, but like, honestly, most people nowadays outlive their savings. That's just kind of like what the numbers say. So I didn't want them to have to completely rely on like state benefits. Sorry, wow. See, this is probably why it's hard for me to do this video, because it's deeply personal. But thinking of my parents getting older really led me to realize how much I wanted to spend time with them, and how much I wanted to be able to know for certain that if anything happened to anyone in my family, or, if I had to like just drop everything and fly to the East Coast, I wanted to know that I could have like enough money in the bank, like 10 or 20K in the bank, just for an emergency. Because I would never want money to prevent me from being able to like take care of my family or be there for them. That's kind of what it came down to. That's really why I'm here right now. That's really why I'm so excited to start this business, because I've been super validated in it recently through being in this business challenge and helping others in this challenge. And it's just really shown me like, hey, like you have what it takes. Why are you doubting yourself? And a lot of times people see me as a confident person. Ooh, man. And I can be. But yeah, I'm also, I'm a lot of critical inner self-talk here. And that's why I kind of like helping coach others out of that, because I've been there. I know how hard it is sometimes up here. For sure. So that's why I want to be there for other people doing that. And then I also want to be there for other people, like not only emotionally, but then also able to kind of help them with like a revenue stream and their marketing and everything. But anyway, back to what I was saying, I wanted to know that I could be there for my family no matter what, and that money would never prevent me from doing something like that. Or if someone in my family needed something, or like a close friend needed something, I wanted to just be able to be there. Um, sorry. And I also just wanted to be able to pay for my little sister to go back to school because, yeah, she couldn't take out as many loans as I did because I took out so many, and she didn't have enough money to continue school. And she found jobs and she's been successful and she's like kind of happily on a new path now. But I wanted to be able to be there for my family. And I'm like, you know what? Working these freelancing jobs, working a solopreneur business where, a solopreneur business is where like you are the only one solo, you are solo in that. And if you stop working, your business just halts. Like you can't take a break, you can't run away. You can't really go on vacation because there's no one else there to do the work. So that's kind of why I really wanted to get into this, because I'm like, okay, if I can find strategies and learn all of these automation strategies, marketing strategies, things that can save people a lot of time, leverage their time, teach them how to like outsource to like a VA, for example. Like if I can help people do that, it's going to make everything a lot more attainable. And that's sort of like what I'm going through right now too. But yeah, I've just been in this space where, I've been really wanting to know for sure, like, okay, am I going to have all my student loans paid off? Like, comment below if you can resonate with me on that one. Like, holy crap. Like, I've been out of college for like, about 10 years now. Like, no, like a little less than that. But like, yeah, student loans. It's just like, what the hell? Yeah, and I was really dumb, when I was younger, and it's like I guess you can't really say that, but like I wasn't really warned about that, and a lot of people are in that position. So I just wanted to know that like I could be able to be there for my family. I had these like insane visions in my head of just like I wanted to literally just be able to see my mom's face when I could like hand her the keys to her new condo, that I bought her, so she can just always have a safe place to live. Because right now she's living with a friend, and her friend is amazing and wonderful, and he smokes heavily, and it's like not the healthiest environment. I wanted to be able to hand my dad like the deed to his house and just like say, Dad, the mortgage is paid off. You don't have to keep working like 10 hours a day in the snow when you're like in your 60s. Like, I just wanted to be able to kind of take care of them. And I also wanted security. I guess that's what I really wanted. I really wanted security. I wanted to just know that, they would be taken care of, that I could help them, and that I would also just be able to like pay off all of my student loans and, yeah, be able to make a real life for myself and stop driving beater cars. I'm sure you can be with me there on that one. My phone is overheating apparently, so this video might stop, um, but anyway, I knew I wanted to work online again because of that business that I had started before, where it was like totally remotely online. I like had gotten bitten by the bug. So then I started about 2 years ago looking into just different internet marketers, like online marketing in general, learning Facebook ads, learning like the ins and outs of like just social media, and just how constantly like Facebook is like switching the algorithm. And I just spent a lot of time like really nerding out on a lot of that stuff because it really interested me. And through doing that, I've also been able to help kind of like others along their journeys with that. And like sometimes those experiences have been so, just inspirational to me. I'm like, wow, like I'm helping. Like, for example, I put up some notes that I had in this business challenge that I'm in. And like literally like hundreds of people, like I think it was like actually like 101 people had reached out to me wanting, those notes. And I like just put them in there, but like they had reached out with some type of like, hey, like I'd love the notes, or hey, the notes are great. And those are all other people that are other like, internet marketers and like business owners and entrepreneurs and people that I'm like, wow, like I really value your opinion. Like the fact that you were so interested in the content that I was putting out there, like that really kind of like validated things for me. So I was still kind of scared though, because I was like, all right, I'm kind of pursuing this business now, If you know me, you know that I am definitely not a stranger to starting a really cool project and not always continuing it. And that's probably because of like shiny object syndrome. I'm sure you can probably resonate with me on that one. And yeah, but ultimately it's kind of come down to, okay, what is the most financially viable route for me to take right now in my life? And that's kind of honestly what's been guiding me, solely just because of like my personal position and, like I said, like my desire to want to help my family. So one day I'm on Facebook, and my friend Jamie posts that he has made, like, he did a $12,000 launch, and this is a guy that's like, I kind of see as like my peer, and I'm like, whoa, dude, that's awesome, like I know like there's honestly other people out there doing like $100,000 launches and stuff, on like the really high end, but $12,000, that's like a solid amount of money off of like one product launch, and these are all coaching courses, either like actual coaching appointments, like info products, um, but yeah, so I talked to him and he really encouraged me to move forward with this. So I ended up joining this challenge, and I'll tell you more about it in like later videos because it's not really the point of this one. But part of that challenge too is going live on Facebook every day for a year. A year. So I'm going to really try to do that. And, if you see me and you haven't seen me go live, then definitely say something, because I realize that if I just put myself and my desire to help others out there and I put consistent value, like a lot of these lives, what I plan to do is be like putting out like marketing tips and different productivity hacks and, maybe like little walkthroughs of like softwares or whatever. But mostly it's going to be ways that you can just kind of increase your revenue, leverage your time, um, and really just get back a little bit more of like being the actual like business like founder and CEO, and just kind of like not really working in the business, but being more of a visionary instead of being tied to all these little tasks and stuff. So I'm super excited to share that with you guys, and yeah, I will see you tomorrow. But if you do want to follow me more with these videos, you can just follow me like on my Facebook page. I also have like a YouTube. It's all just at Christina Rose Coaches. So I'm super stoked, guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm really excited to see where this journey goes. I'm really excited for you to be with me on this journey. So if you're curious about how this whole launching of this online business is going to go for me, just keep watching. Thanks, guys, so much. Comment below if anything I said resonated with you. If you have any words of encouragement, I'm really going to need them, because a year of Facebook Live is like kind of scary. But all right, I'll talk to you soon. How do I end this? Oh, okay, there we go.